Something massive is happening inside Apple Park right now, and almost nobody is talking about the bigger picture. We have all seen the scattered leaks. We have heard the rumors about patents. But when you actually sit down and connect the dots for 2026, the conclusion is genuinely shocking. Apple is effectively killing off their most legendary computer to make room for something that costs a fraction of the price, but delivers performance we have literally never seen before. If you're planning to buy a high-end desktop Mac, or honestly, even a high-end Windows PC, you need to stop. Put your wallet away. Because the machines coming in 2026, specifically the M5 generation, are going to reset the entire industry. We are not just talking about a speed bump here. We're talking about a $600 box that outperforms massive gaming rigs. We're talking about the return of a feature we thought was dead forever. And, perhaps most controversially, we are talking about the official cancellation of the $7,000 Mac Pro. This isn't just an upgrade. It is a total strategy shift. Today, we are tearing down the leaks, the code names, and the benchmark projections to show you exactly why 2026 is the year the desktop computer changes forever. Let's dive in. The tiny giant, the M5 Mac Mini. Let's start with a machine that is going to absolutely embarrass the PC market, the 2026 Mac Mini. Now, we have to be fair. The M4 Mac Mini was already a masterpiece. It was small, it was fast, and it was cheap. It was arguably the best computer Apple had released in years. But the M5 version? This is where things get scary for the competition. According to the latest reports from insiders like Mark Gurman and Deep Dive Code Leaks, Apple is equipping the next Mini with the M5 and M5 Pro chips. But that is not the headline. The viral headline is what these chips can actually do. The M5 isn't just a standard CPU upgrade where apps open a little faster. It is shaping up to be a gaming monster. The leaked benchmarks suggest a massive 33% jump in gaming performance in demanding titles like Cyberpunk 2077. I want you to really think about that for a second. We are talking about a tiny aluminum square sitting quietly on your desk, running AAA games at high frame rates while barely using any electricity. This was impossible just a few years ago. In the creative world, the numbers are even crazier. We are looking at an 18% boost in Blender rendering and massive gains in the neural engine. This neural engine boost is critical because it powers AI upscaling. That means this tiny machine will likely be able to upscale lower resolution video or games to 4K in real time without breaking a sweat. Apple is effectively turning their entry-level Mac into a workstation that rivals computers 3 times its size. We also found the secret code names buried in the leaked firmware, which is practically a confirmation that these machines exist. The new M5 Mini is identified as J873G, and the M5 Pro version is J873S. Why does a random string of numbers matter? Because it confirms the hardware is already deep in testing. Engineers are using these right now. Now, physically, don't expect a redesign. Apple changes their desktop designs once every decade. So, the aluminum chassis is staying. You will get the same front ports, likely 2 USB-C on the base model, and hopefully Thunderbolt 5 on the back of the Pro model. But the real story here is the price. All signs point to Apple keeping that aggressive $599 price tag. This is Apple's new strategy, and it is brilliant. They want to hook you with an insanely cheap, powerful desktop so you never look at a Windows tower again. It is the ultimate gateway drug into the Apple ecosystem. The dream machine, the M5 Mac Studio. But what if you are a pro? What if you're a video editor, a 3D artist, or a developer who needs pure, raw power? What if the Mini just isn't enough? This is where the 2026 Mac Studio comes in, and it brings a feature we have been begging for since 2020. We know for a fact that the Mac Studio is skipping the M4 generation. There will be no M4 Ultra. Apple is jumping straight to the M5 Max and M5 Ultra. And here is the game changer, modularity. For the last few years, if you bought a Mac, you were stuck. You were locked in. You couldn't choose a high-end GPU without paying for a massive CPU you didn't need. Everything was glued together in a single system on chip. If you wanted better graphics, you had to pay for a better processor, even if you didn't use it. It was inefficient and expensive. But new reports indicate the M5 architecture features separate CPU and GPU blocks. This is huge. This means for the first time in the Apple Silicon era, we might see the return of custom configurations. Imagine buying a Mac Studio and being able to max out the graphics for 3D rendering without paying extra for the top-tier processor. It allows you to build the machine you actually need, not the machine Apple wants to sell you. And performance-wise, hold on to your seats. The M5 Max is expected to rival the desktop version of the RTX 5080. That is not a typo. We're talking about desktop-class GPU power in a silent silver box. We are talking about a machine that can handle 8K video streams, complex particle simulations, and heavy 3D scenes without spinning up a fan that sounds like a jet engine. Pricing will likely remain at $1,999 for the Max and $3,999 for the Ultra. But honestly, with this level of customization and power, the value proposition is unmatched. You're getting a workstation that fits in a backpack, but performs like a tower that weighs 50 pounds. The death of a legend, the Mac Pro. Now, we have to talk about the bad news. The casualty of this revolution. We have to talk about the Mac Pro. If you have $7,000 burning a hole in your pocket, do not buy a Mac Pro. In fact, you might never be able to buy a new one again. The writing is on the wall. The current Mac Pro is, to be blunt, a disaster. It uses an old M2 Ultra chip. It is slower than the current MacBook Pro laptops, and it costs a fortune. It makes zero sense in the current lineup. The leaks regarding the future of this machine are brutal. Development on the M4 Ultra for the Mac Pro has been halted. Cancelled. Apple has realized that the Ultra Fusion technology, that's the tech where they glue two chips together to make an Ultra chip, is better suited for the Mac Studio's compact design. The Mac Pro Tower, with its empty PCI slots that can't even support dedicated graphics cards, simply has no place in the future. Apple Silicon changed the rules of physics for computers. You don't need a giant case for airflow anymore because the chips run so cool. You don't need massive power supplies because the chips are so efficient. This is the end of an era. For 20 years, that giant Mac Tower, the cheese grater, was the ultimate symbol of power. If you had that under your desk, you were the boss. But in 2026, the king is dead. Apple is betting everything on the Studio and the Mini. They are telling us that the future isn't big towers. It is compact, efficient, dense computing. It is sad to see the icon go, but let's be real. Paying $3,000 extra just for a bigger aluminum case was never a good deal. It was vanity. Apple is finally cutting the dead weight. My verdict, what should you do? So, here is the bottom line for 2026. This is my honest opinion on how you should handle your money. If you're a casual user, a student, or a gamer, the M5 Mac Mini is going to be the best value computer on the planet. Period. There is nothing in the Windows world that will offer that build quality, that speed, and that longevity for $600. It is a no-brainer. If you're a creative professional, the Mac Studio is finally getting the customization we dreamed of. The ability to separate CPU and GPU power is the flexibility we have missed. It turns the Studio from a great computer into a perfect workstation. And if you're a Mac Pro fan, well, it's time to move on. The desktop landscape is shifting in mid-2026, likely around WWDC in June. My advice is simple. Start saving now. The M5 generation isn't just a speed bump. It is a whole new highway. I really want to hear your hot take on this. Is Apple making a mistake by killing the Mac Pro, or was it a waste of money all along? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to stay ahead of the tech curve, do me a huge favor. Subscribe to the channel, share this video with your tech circle, and hit that bell icon so you're the first to know when these machines finally drop. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.